Okay, Wednesday, September 9th. My goodness, is it cold out there. This is unusual, the type of cold air that we have place here over the upper Midwest. In fact, over much of the country. As we look at visible satellite loop, it really is telling the story. Right now, we have a fetch of moisture coming up out of the southern plains all the way north into the upper Midwest and Great Lakes area. And yes, we have cold air that's coming out of Canada also that has settled into the upper Midwest. So we're getting the moisture overrunning that dome of cold air, and that is producing this large swath of clouds, overcast skies, what we call stratus clouds. And yes, they are leaking precipitation at the same time. Now, good news is look up here in the Dakotas. We got some skies that have cleared, and it's likely that much of Minnesota is going to get on at least some sunshine as we get in tomorrow, as eventually these clouds kick out of the upper Midwest for at least a day and maybe even into early Friday. We'll have to see how that works out, but I think tomorrow's going to be a much brighter day, which I think is good news for everybody. Look at these lows this morning across the upper Midwest. Now, keep in mind, everyone, this is where the Twin Cities Metro is located. And anything you see in blue here, these are temperatures that were near or below freezing last night. I saw some temperatures in the mid to upper 20s over chunks of northern Minnesota. So a freeze did occur over portions of northern Minnesota last night. Yes, the clouds helped us out last night here in southern Minnesota with low temperatures in the 40s. But when we look at low temperatures for tomorrow morning now, and of course a lot of this is dependent on whether skies clear or not tonight, but if they do clear, I could see portions of central Minnesota, including areas just north and west of the Twin Cities Metro, dropping into the upper 20s and low 30s. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if portions of northwest Wisconsin and east central Minnesota drop into the 20s, hence the reason why they have some frost and freeze advisories over much of Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin. Look at this moisture that has come up out of the Gulf of Mexico states and Texas on north into the upper Midwest and Great Lakes area. This is the amount of rain now that has fallen here just over the last 24 hours. You can see the bullseye down here in Texas, but still some fairly significant rains over Iowa, and they really needed it down there in Iowa. And yes, that rain has stretched north into southern Minnesota as we have gone through time today. Not a lot of rain, only probably a tenth to a quarter of an inch across southern Minnesota, but still a wet day over much of southern Minnesota today. But like I had mentioned, I think that's going to change tomorrow. And by the way, these gray areas here in Minnesota, these are frost and freeze warnings. You can see up here in Duluth, this is a freeze warning for portions of east central Minnesota, northeastern Minnesota, northwestern Wisconsin. And then around that, you get a frost advisory from the northern Twin Cities and western Twin Cities Metro on north. So yeah, it's going to be a chilly night, maybe even some record lows for some. And by the way, we've had record high low temperature maximums here, not only yesterday, which was at 52 degrees, I believe, in the Twin Cities Metro, but I think we're going to hit that record again today with, as far as what I can tell, I think our highs are only going to be in the 40s here, even in the Twin Cities, is what will eventually be the outcome when we get the stats from the National Weather Service for today. That is a good 30 to 35 degrees below normal. Now, I've got good news for everybody, okay, at least those that want the warmth. Here is the jet stream pattern now for the middle portions of next week. This is for Tuesday of next week, and you can see that the jet stream has surged north back up into southern Canada. That means that warmer air from the desert southwest and even some moisture from the Gulf of Mexico is going to be able to surge north into Minnesota. So we're going to rebound, especially as we get into Sunday and Monday of the upcoming weekend and early next week. We'll rebound from these cool temperatures into much warmer temperatures. In fact, look at the temperatures in the lower levels of our atmosphere. Look at this beautiful surge of warm air that comes into the Dakotas and Minnesota as we get into later Tuesday and then middle week of next week. So hang in there, everybody, if you're looking for warm air, because I think we're going to have it with temperatures surging above normal for much of next week. Thank you for joining me. I'm Tom Novak. I appreciate you watching this today. We will talk to everybody tomorrow.